After Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the European Union joined the US in imposing sweeping financial sanctions on Russia. And Russia, on the other hand, said that the restrictions were more harmful to those who imposed them. And, speaking at the annual St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, President Putin claimed that the EU's sanctions against Russia could cost the EU more than $400 billion. Overall, Western countries have tried to strike a balance between punishing Russia and protecting their economies. However, Russia is aware of the US and Western countries' weak points, and it has begun to exert pressure on Europe by reducing its natural gas supply. Russia on Friday reduced natural gas deliveries by half to Italy and Slovakia and cut off France entirely, marking a third consecutive day of gas reductions in a growing economic confrontation between Moscow and the West. On the other hand, Russia may delay or prevent the operation of US nuclear reactors by cutting off uranium supplies, resulting in a major electricity crisis in the United States. So what will happen to US nuclear power in the absence of Russian uranium? In a nutshell, there will be a nuclear meltdown. And a nuclear meltdown is considered extremely dangerous because radioactive materials have the potential to escape or be released into the environment, resulting in radioactive contamination and fallout and potentially poisoning people and animals. Since the start of Russia's attack on Ukraine, US sanctions have not yet affected Russian nuclear fuel, despite Washington being pressed by political risks. But now, the US Energy Department seriously fears that Russia's conflict with the West may disrupt fuel supplies to US nuclear power plants. American scientists are worried not of possible sanctions against Rosatom, but of Moscow cutting Rosatom supplies. There is currently only one commercial uranium enrichment facility in the United States, but it is owned by the European consortium, Arenco, and experts believe that Rosatom's European competitors, Orano and Arenco, may strengthen their positions. So far, it's difficult to imagine how the one or two plants available in the US can compensate for Russia's untold uranium treasures, which support 1/5 of the US nuclear power industry. Currently, there are 3 more facilities are being built around the world, 1 in Argentina and 2 in China. But the Russian ones are vital to the entire world. Even France, where nuclear power accounts for 70% of the country's energy balance, could face difficulties. Of course, many countries are relying on Kazakhstan in the current situation. Kazakhstan now produces the most uranium on the planet. Together with Uzbekistan, they account for roughly half of global uranium mining. If possible, Western sanctions hit Rosatom, or if Russian uranium supply cuts off, the state corporation may well use Kazakh uranium as leverage. However, everyone is aware of Russia and Kazakhstan's friendly relations. As Russia is a major global supplier of commercial nuclear fuel, the US has been buying relatively inexpensive Russian uranium for over 30 years. The nuclear power industry in the United States is reliant on cheap Russian uranium. Without Moscow, the nuclear power industry in the United States would collapse in 1 or 2 years. Nuclear power plants in the United States, unlike those in Canada, will be unable to operate without 3 to 4% enriched uranium. If Russia responds unexpectedly to Western energy sanctions, not only the United States, but also some European countries may suffer.